everyone. Thank you all for coming. Maybe people will come along. Maybe they'll come along, you know, 6 weeks, and I'll wait.
Yeah.
No, but,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
All around in China.
So you guys, this is Tina LaPerle. She's here from the city of Salinas for those of you that don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. I kind of figured we would have less attendance today because of the keynote. There's 3 or 4 topics to go over today. So let's figure out where you'd like to start. We have the bathrooms and showers to discuss at the Chinatown Health Center. We have employment opportunity through the Downtown Streets team. And we have housing to discuss as well. And any other topic that anyone wants to bring up. So, where should we start?
How about that health center?
Okay. So I know that everyone is being extremely patient here. I'm thinking about how to get that center reopened constantly. I got the keys back last Wednesday. On Thursday, I showed it to a potential operator. On Friday, I met with them. I also began formulating a plan B. And I'm waiting for their proposal to either open the bathrooms and showers immediately, or to open the bathrooms and showers immediately and do navigation services with possible sheltering option. So I'm working as quickly as I can. It's been a week and 2 days since I've gotten the keys back, and that's kind of the legwork I've done so far. Any thoughts, questions?
Okay, we're on fix.
So what I've been told by Franciscan workers is there's no repairs needed. It seemed like there might be though, but what we're trying to do is get clarification on that, because that could slow the opening if there's like a major repair. Yeah. So that's
So it should happen pretty quick then?
I can't promise that, sir, but what I can promise you is I'm thinking of it every moment that I'm at work, and I'm working diligently. I looked into the possibility of running it with volunteers, and that's just not possible. So I'm trying to formulate a plan A, B, and C.
So the people that are going to take it over, is there going to be job opportunities there?
I don't believe there immediately. The immediate job opportunities are going to come with the Downtown Streets team.
What's that?
So the Downtown Streets team is an organization that uses best practices, and they work together with folks that they hire that are living outside, and they give you a job. There's like a support meeting in the morning. They give you a job. They help you get ready for other jobs. They help with housing. And you're on a team that would clean like the downtown district, this district, and what other districts they determine. But it's an excellent like employment step up opportunity. Yeah. Questions or thoughts about the Chinatown Health Center, bathroom, showers?
You mentioned you had one operator. If you had another one, I mean, does the city give money to the people to operate the place?
In the past, they have. I don't believe they have for a few years. I believe the understanding in the past was we sort of donate this lease to you, like you don't pay rent and whatnot. And I believe in the past, the former operator was offered like repair money and stuff like that, but there wasn't a stream of revenue coming from the city specifically for it.
Okay.
So, and yes, I mean, I'm looking for operators because we want to open that as soon as possible. So, this is also the closing of the Chinatown Health Services Center. Is also in the timing where I'm also doing the cash interviews, and the cash money is the money that's going to help you all down here. So hopefully we can maybe we can do something together with that. I'd like to provide some beds for women to get off the street, get safe, get warm by October, and men as well. So I'm hoping that maybe we can do something at the health center that's co-ed. Again, this is nothing that's decided upon, and also with Kesh, we're looking at the possibility of a sprung shelter, like I've discussed here before. Yes, sir.
Tina,
Yes.
from what I understand, everything, Sam had to go back east because of family. But now,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sandy over at the
Okay.
He's very fast. The other night and everything, the question was raised, was he still gonna start having women come in there and stay and everything? He said, yes, he's still gonna do that,
Good.
but he said that because he was away, now he's gotta get that restarted and build on it and
Yeah.
everything. Because before he left, they were gonna start doing that. We thought it was supposed to be this month, but
Yeah.
apparently not. So,
Well, I mean, I'm pleased that the Victory Mission is going to be doing that. And we will be working with current operators, and any new operators coming on, to reduce access barriers, in particular, anything with cash. We will have to be working with a panel of peer advocates that will advise of like what should the rules be, what should the access be, that type of thing. So it'll be very collaborative.
I also have one other little issue.
Oh, you have a little issue?
Which is not
This is
really
a good
that
place for
little.
issues.
But I know finances aren't that great and everything, and everything else. But my one big question and everything is, I mean, you've got a mix of old, middle class and everything that are around here in the area and everything.
Yeah,
You know, like yesterday, when they had to fumigate and everything, there was no restrooms available here. You know, I mean, how are we gonna solve that kind of problem?
yes. Well, I'm hoping, as I said earlier, that we can get the health center open as soon as possible, either the showers and bathrooms on their own, or the showers and bathrooms with services. And that's something that we're trying to, look into, cost out, figure where the money's coming. We also have cash money is coming in soon. So we'll figure something out. It's just a matter of how quickly can we do it. So,
Where's the exterminator? We never see him when he comes in. You guys close it down. You guys say you're exterminating. We never see him come in. You're exterminating.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about the exterminator.
Yeah, the jobs when we exterminate. When we exterminate, we don't ever see him go in there. We don't ever see anybody go in there. So it's just shut down for what, you know? I mean, extermination, but
Are you talking about the health center?
Dorothy's.
Oh, at Dorothy's.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Jill is here, so.
Yeah, you guys say you close for extermination, but we never see anybody go in there to exterminate anything.
They come in, I've seen them.
They come in
I
through,
see them every month.
they come in through the back, right?
Some people were wondering, we're like, we don't know, we didn't see them.
They come in through the back gate.
Okay.
Discriminate.
So we spoke a little bit about the health center. We spoke a little bit about the downtown streets team. Jill, I know you would like to bring up a topic at the meeting. Should we?
Which topic?
Oh, I thought you had something you wanted to discuss today.
Particular topic be available for anybody that had questions.
Okay, I appreciate it. So the other topic is housing. So given the current realities, I found out yesterday that there will be no new vouchers forthcoming from the housing authority. So whatever is allotted for Moongate Plaza, and whatever is currently allotted for the nonprofits that have any existing, that's it for now. So given those realities, we are going to have to look at the money that's coming in to help folks down here, to go for rental assistance, flexible housing subsidies, and operating support that combines helping people get off the street with some housing navigation and location.
Yeah, because I was told by independent living that it wasn't going to be till sometime next year, and she had no idea when.
Right,
You know, and thing of it is, you know, when these are ready, and when other places are ready and everything to open and everything, I mean, what are we supposed to do?
well, you mean Moongate Plaza?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they already have their allotment for vouchers and subsidies, so anyone who gets a unit there, you'll be fine. But it's for the folks that don't, we have to figure something else out, and that's what I'm committed to. So,
Now, how soon are people gonna know about being accepted in the different places? Because
you really should check your mail regularly, because they had a lottery yesterday. That was the first lottery, I believe. That was the second.
First was the 21st.
Yeah, so they had the first lottery, yesterday was the second, so you've got to be checking your mail, because I don't believe people are going to be notified by phone or, so.
Ms. Jill, is there a certain reason why the water has been tapped off for the usage of the public outside water?
Where?
From the backyard, from the back by the trash bin and stuff like that, where we were able to fill up by gallon tubs and stuff like that?
We locked that off when we had the health services center open because there was 24-hour access to water inside and a suitable location to fill up a 5-gallon.
Yeah, at the time, but
Yeah.
it's like now it's like, we can't even do our, you know, like clean out the sidewalks and stuff like that when we try to and stuff. We can't even try to get a pair of gloves to try to keep the trash out. We sleep and the wind blows up more stuff and whatnot, and you know.
Yeah,
we try to
trash is a
keep-
huge problem here.
It's
It's
a-
something that we all need to get
Yeah.
together and figure out how
And
to
it's
fix.
like, there's a dumpster in the back of the thing, the maintenance, like, not too bad on, talk about bad about the maintenance guys, who they're doing another job. But if there's a bucket out there, a trash bin, why do they add on to the one that's already in the street? But then people just go tear up those trash bags and make a bigger mess for us that are around there. You know, and then we start getting maggots and stuff like that, we can't even get water. The closest place is like down by the motel and stuff like that, in between the apartments, and that's trespassing on private property.
So let's talk about water first, because that is an absolutely essential need. The hose bib in the back of Dorothy's place is not a good opportunity because that's not open all the time.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna ask Tina to take a message back to the city and say, there's a hose bib on the outside of the health services center that could be activated, and perhaps if you put some sort of device there that would make it a little bit easier for people to fill up the water, I think that would be a really great idea. They wouldn't have to come in the building or come in the parking lot or anything like that.
Is that through the fence?
No, I think it's right in the front of the building. I think we closed one off in the front of the building, but that could be reactivated, if I'm remembering correctly.
because
I'll
there
look
used
at
to
it
be
before
one
I
right
go.
here across the street that was also accessible too, before. In between the buildings right here, that you just turn it on and you'd be able to put your pumps and stuff. You know, and there's.
But you gotta keep it clean. Everybody's gotta keep it
That's
clean,
what-
because the
that's-
one over here, we were constantly having to smell that thing out. People were bird bathing in there and leaving their.
Yeah, doing the laundry and, you
Yeah.
know.
The pushback, the pushback we'll get is if folks leave the spigot on and the water kept running and running and running.
That's what
Oh,
I'm thinking. You have to
so
install
what are we gonna
a
do
device
about
that has
that?
an automatic spring
Yeah.
shut off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I just wanted to say a little bit, I agree with Jill about the trash situation. Like, I think everybody is trying so much harder and I appreciate it. But we're gonna have a real opportunity to accompany each other here with that because the downtown streets team is actually hiring 25 people to help clean up down here and the downtown district and other districts that they deem so necessary. So this is an opportunity to work together to have it look much better down here, and you won't feel like you're carrying this yourselves.
Cleaning up the trash issue and everything else, anybody have an idea or an estimate of what it would run to put some dumpsters back down here, because the city took them away, and I mean, people still continue to make piles, and
Yeah.
that's no good.
I think there will be more.
Hey,
The reason the dumpsters were taken away is because people from outside the neighborhood were coming in and dumping all sorts of large items that were not legal to dump in a dumpster. So hazardous waste and auto parts and paint and stuff like that. That's the
Yeah.
reason the dumpsters were taken away. Anybody that drives through here can see big blue box dumpster, and that's where they go to dump instead of having to pay to dump over at the Sun Street thing. So that's why the dumpsters were taken out. What we need to do is figure out a way to manage the trash without dumpsters. So the question I've got for you all is, if there was a way that a truck could come down the street maybe once or twice a week with maybe a trailer, would you be able to bag your own trash and just pitch it into the trailer?
Yeah. We've been trying to keep, I'm sorry, interrupt you.
put your hand up.
Well, yeah, we've been trying to do that ourselves, because each time there's a guy that comes and takes at least an hour and a half to so and separate some of that garbage.
There should be a
And he
pickup every
comes up,
Wednesday happening now.
And now they won't even help us out with, a broom or anything. We used to get
Pickup is
cooperation.
happening every Wednesday, but it's not often enough. Thomas, you have to get
Yeah, you know what I mean, like, you had that one cop in the pickup truck, sitting there, and I watched this guy 10 hours a day, sitting in that same spot. You know, if you had the dumpsters, and that guy went around the block like every 15 minutes, he would catch these people. You know, and like, you know what I mean, like, it just, you
So
paid
you're
some.
saying that better enforcement of that might allow dumpsters to be possible?
Absolutely.
Okay, you had your hand up now.
Yeah, I wasn't here, on the start of this meeting, and I don't know what was talked about, but I wanted to bring up, like these apartments right here, the Moongate, when are they getting completed? When are they supposed to be completed?
November.
November? And about, the people here, the homeless, what's gonna take place for them, after they're completed, because I know that once they are completed, and the businesses that are gonna be under these apartments, it's not gonna look very, very nice, with tents around and stuff, I'm for, because I'm homeless myself, I'm for the people getting some kind of housing other than a tent,
So you were mentioning to me earlier that you feel that the people that are moving into Moongate could feel unsafe
Yeah.
in their own neighborhood
Yeah.
because of all the tents and all the drugs and
Yeah,
stuff that happens.
because look, at the other complexes around, they don't have tents around their, apartment buildings and stuff,
Right.
So I'm saying, why should it be here, with people that move in, with tents around, I don't feel, very good about, the people, I feel for the people, that, have tents out here, because they have to be sheltered, But it's like you said, it's the people that are moving in, they're probably gonna feel unsafe and a lot of hazard, waste around, people can pick up diseases or whatnot, from things that people leave out here, so I'm just like wondering about that.
Yeah.
It's something to be discussed for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Chinatown is gonna start looking different, I would say in the next 2 to 3 months. And I think things are gonna change in Chinatown over phases. Not everyone is going to get into the Moongate Plaza. There'll be some folks down here who do, and then there'll be folks that won't. And so what I would like to do with Kesh, and I believe the providers would, is to work with the folks who don't get in to Moongate Plaza to help find another solution. What's discouraging is we might not be getting any more vouchers. We don't know if they're forthcoming. So our monies have to go for things like flexible housing subsidies, so we can subsidize people's rent, for rental assistance, for that operating support to help those who want to come in out of the cold and get into more safe living conditions, right? We have to do that, and that may eliminate some of the tents, okay? But it's not going to eliminate all of the tents. So we're going to have to work together, right, to create an environment of health and safety. And I think it will be better with the downtown streets team than everybody's effort, but this has been a long-standing issue, and we're going to make progress on this. But I can't say what's going to happen with folks in tents.
This lady over here.
Okay, and then Wes, and sir, you had a question, didn't you?
Well, no, this is a comment earlier.
Okay.
I was thinking, if they have a tent, why have so many bicycles that you should have one per person or that many in a tent? There's four bicycles, but there's two, just get two or one.
Because they're fixing something.
And, yeah, but that makes a little bit less room for people to move in. We'll have at least one section, another one.
Yeah.
No matter how big the tent is, we'll extend it that way, but, things that are hanging overhead, or the train track comes and there's things in the track, the train hits it, the thing will fly and hit somebody. That's
It's very
dangerous.
unsafe.
Yeah.
But
If there's more jobs, we can get, more things. The bikes, they break so easy. Flats, and then they say, go let me borrow this and borrow that. It keeps going, but something like, the tubes need to be fixed right in the pole. Because if they're rusty, they can still, the part fall off, the part come over, get hit.
yeah.
I don't want to see them dead, you know?
Yeah. I feel sort of a little bit reluctant to ask this, but I want to ask it. If you all and folks that you know can think about your possessions and paring down to what you can, like you really can't have 25, 30 bikes next to someone's tent and a bunch of other things. I don't know, I guess it's thinking about like what you need for essentials. And it's just easier to move your stuff. And I'm saying this because it just looks like to me that there'll probably be still some more moving around in the future.
But they get stuck in stress. Well, I help all people in meetings or money, and I'd like to see them like happy also me.
Yes.
I'm just praying on that. Hopefully I get that one job and say no. It might get out in
The downtown streets team,
Yeah, that.
they'll be recruiting pretty immediately.
They're already recruiting.
Oh, good. They should come to the next town hall.
Yeah, they're gonna be here at our next town meeting, which is gonna be in August, the last Friday of next month in August.
Yeah.
I'll let you all know.
Downtown streets team.
Tina, can I ask a question about possible transitional housing? I know that you were looking at different locations where something might take place and how they cost it out. Whatever came of that?
I actually was looking at what could be, you know, semi-permanent, like what would offer a place to live that you don't have to leave during the day, and would offer services like housing, navigation, and location services. And then we could connect folks with other services that they identify they need. But that's what I was hoping that we were going to use cash funds for.
You're placing a lot of hope on cash funds. There's not that much money there.
We also, you know, we could pursue some gap funding as well. But I think what we need is, we need a bridge. Because we've got the Moongate, we don't have any more vouchers coming.
The transitional thing is the bridge.
So
And what we need is some city support to make that happen?
Yes, so you know we have the cash process going, so that's gonna be a piece, you know, but it's gonna have to be like temporary, semi-permanent. You have a place to stay, you have a place to store things, we'll try to work it out with your pets, and that you have navigation and housing location services. So that's sort of what we're thinking. Wes, did you have a question?
Go ahead and get that guy first.
I would just say that, okay, you had mentioned about some, you know, when the moon gates are completed, that, you know, there'll be some, you know, some tents eliminated, but not all. And there's, I was like looking at, there's a lot of these buildings on these streets right here that are not being used. And if there was some work done to them, that could be something for the people that are
Yes,
not, you know.
the city's currently evaluating that. Yes.
So, I know like a couple weeks ago, we had that meeting for the plan to end encampments in Chinatown. Like, is that plan going to be implemented before or after people are actually housed? Because that was what was kind of stated, was that people were going to be placed in the programs and that's how they'll get them off the streets. And so are we going to go 10 to 10, person to person, and say, you got housed, or you've been offered everything, you refuse, that's why we can kick you out?
What's that got to do with the plan to end encampments?
So if we shove them out, where do they go? That's my
Who
question.
says they're being shoved out?
If,
What's that got to do with the plan? The plan doesn't have anything to do with shoving people out.
Doesn't it? I mean, to end encampments, if
Did
people
you
don't get
Did you
into
actually read the plan?
the part that I felt like was that we said we're going to sign people up for services, but then whether or not that happens, they still got to go.
There isn't anything in there about they still have to go. Isn't anything in there. We worked hard on that. We worked as a community on that plan. We don't have a Spanish interpreter?
And we usually do. Paula usually comes over.
I can go act,
Because they're
Jackie will go ask.
on short, because of the sleep. What we need to do is work the plan, and we need to have resources to work the plan. And we realize that not everybody's gonna jump up and say, hey, yeah, me next, I wanna get into housing.
People are dying today. We lost 6 people.
We realize that.
6 people dead in 8 weeks.
We also realize that there's a lot of people out here that have medical and mental health conditions that are preventing them from engaging in
That's more
social
than 1 every
services.
2 weeks, folks.
And we need to supply that right there in their encampment. That's all part of the plan.
Besides.
Now, what other forces outside of that plan do, I can't control and I can't predict, neither can you.
It's gone from insane to ludicrous.
But we need to actually work a plan together. That's the reason that the Downtown Community Board started that. Together.
It was a constant, spinning constant.
I hope it works.
I don't care what you do, I don't want you to I don't want you to tell our people and your parents or what they're speaking on. You know, so.
Are you guys aware of the fact that there's places that you can go and reach out and attract funds? Do you have anybody that does that?
Yes. Yes, and there are more funds coming down the pipe. And we are going to be requesting funds from wherever we're eligible.
Well, I know that over at Sun Street, they have one person that just went out and did that, and it wasn't real successful, but they tried to do that.
Yeah,
And it could have been more successful, but that's their, not you,
yes.
but I know it's possible.
The city's committed to do that, and I know the local nonprofit providers are always looking for where they can apply for resources and funding. So yes, that will be a key piece of this.
Okay.
Hold on, this gentleman had his hand up.
Gina, in one of our meetings and everything, the suggestion was brought up about using some of these empty lots to put up like an area where we could either put tents or like a 5x5 shelters and everything, so that way and everything, it would eliminate having having a bunch of tents around. And what I wanted to ask is, was that idea ever presented and what came of it?
Okay, yes, it's been discussed. I think it's 31 and 33 were discussed, Soledad, 10 and 12, Soledad, East Lake, 112, 135, I think. And we have got the preliminary go-ahead to do the environmental testing for 10 and 12 as soon as Asonio's done. Because you can't have a contaminated plot. The most usable immediate plot is the Chinatown Health Center parking lot. And that building, that's the most readily available. 31 and 33 need some stuff done to them as well as talking to the owners. So this is all under evaluation, and there's also the Chinatown revitalization planning process going on. And that factors into how the land is used. Are they going to rezone? Are they going to make two-way streets? So all this stuff is being talked about right now. Yes, in the back.
Hi, my name is Phyllis. I work for California Rural Legal Assistance. And I'm getting some questions from people who don't feel comfortable coming to Chinatown area,
Yeah.
who want some other areas in the city identified,
Yeah.
and are not clear on, given the constraints of the 7 to 7 camping ordinance, where they can be, because obviously there's 300 yards from this and 300 yards from that, 100 yards from X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Has the city considered either identifying places that are acceptable for people to be, or opening the opportunity for people to stay in some parks where there's actually even some city restrooms and some opportunity for the city to provide services?
Thank you for that question. I do hear the same thing as you, like I don't want to come down to Chinatown. I know there's food and services there, but it's not great for my recovery, or I don't want to be there. So I hear that too. I hope that we can start working with groups that don't necessarily want to be here. For example, the Sherwood group that have been staying up there. The city's first line of action is to help them reduce barriers to get into the shelters, because some nights we have shelter beds that go unused.
Where?
The Victory Mission and West Alizal. So what we want to do is work with those folks to get those beds used and then open up more. But more of a 24-hour thing with navigation and housing location services.
Okay, my question, you want to know why there's so many beds available in the mission?
I've received a lot of
Yeah,
feedback.
I hear from all the men there that there's bed bugs set up and there. They come around, they got bikes and, and they don't want to stay there, And so when they do complain about it, they get kicked out until they can't come back. And which I don't think it's fair. And two, when here we are, I understand, what's going on or whatever, but we're still in the same, it's like we told them here before. We still ain't resolved the first one, I thought we were supposed to see all of us get together and let them listen to some of the ideas some of the people have out here. Because they have a lot of good ideas, And not only that, so it's just like with the water. We have no showers. We can't even come in here and use it because we were able to sign up to the public classes. The mission is the same thing. So when everybody, so here we are, and what are we supposed to go do? They said something mentioned to us that there was somebody that had offered to rent us a porta toilet, but that the mayor stopped it.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, and so how rumors go. But we're all out here, and there's a lot of people who, that really need those bathrooms. That's why some of them are close by. So in the meantime, here we all are. We don't even have a place to get water to drink. We have to go around and go dig up some place where we can get water.
So before you came, Someone asked if we could start accessing the spigot that's at the health center for water. So I'm gonna go back and talk to the city folks to see if that's possible, and we'll probably have to put an automatic shutdown or stop on it.
And we, I've talked to a lot of people on here, I understand that there's not a budget for the employees or to hire, but, I mean, like we say, we're willing to volunteer. To help these guys, get their shower going and stuff, because there's people out here that haven't even had a shower in weeks.
Yeah.
And it's not fair, because I'm ready, what we're ready to do, we're ready to go down to the mayor's house, and I'm sorry if you guys think it's rude or whatever, but I'm gonna go ask the mayor, Mr. Mayor, can we take a bath? Can we use your facilities and get water? Since we ain't got nothing, well, we figure maybe let's have some. Because, a lot of us don't even have water. They sit there, when the bottle people come, they pass out water, that's the only drink of water we get. And so that's important, that we get that, because it's not fair, that here we are, I understand there was a budget cut or whatever, but still though, here we are again. And like the mayor says, well, we all should sit down together and try to figure out something. Okay, we're willing to do that,
Yeah.
But these people here, they all have good ideas.
Yeah.
Like for electricity, why can't you guys try solar? I mean, try to, we're willing to work with you guys, everybody throw the right things out and see what we can come up with together.
Yes.
Let's resolve this, instead of, the way it's going,
Yeah.
And and then, if we all sit together down at the table and discuss this and listen to everybody's ideas, maybe we could resolve something and come to a compromise.
Yeah.
Where everybody agrees to something like that,
Yeah.
And maybe it'll make it easier, like you said, if we all got a house, we wouldn't have a problem. We will all gladly, all of us will pack up our bags and clean up our mess and be quiet.
Yeah. So Diana, you weren't here at the beginning.
Yeah.
I
was going to tell them my stuff.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going to look into the water spigot.
Yeah, it would be,
I will.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
personally working with several other people to try to get the Chinatown Health Center bathrooms and showers open.
Awesome.
So it's been like a week and 2 days since we got the keys, and we are doing the legwork to try to get that open. Cash monies are coming through. We got our agreement from the state, so we'll expect the money soon. So I feel like we're going to be able to do something. It's just my concern is how quickly.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's a daily thing, it's not a choice.
I know.
Why did the city council withdraw the funding for the health center?
There wasn't funding to be withdrawn.
Okay.
It was like a sort of a lease, like you get to use this place for X number of years with no rent. And I think there was initial monies given for repairs up front, but that was the extent of it.
And they just ran out to the term of the lease? It ran out to the term of the agreement?
Maybe you want to speak to this, Jill?
So when we renovated that building into the health services center, we had help from the city. They did 50% of the cost of that, we did 50% of the cost. And they have, since the beginning, paid the lease on that facility because the city doesn't own it. It's got a private owner. In the first 2 years, we applied to the city for CDBG funding and we got it. So that didn't cover the entire cost, it didn't even cover half, but at least it was a big block of funding. In future years, the city had other plans, they made a different strategy for CDBG funding that included putting a big wad of money into Moongate to make that work, which was a good thing to do. But it meant that the Health Services Center didn't get the funding that it needed to keep going on. So Dorothy's Place has been running that, it's $460,000 a year to have it open 24/7. We've been funding all of that through our own discretionary fundraising, the funds that we raise that people say, just use it for whatever you think is best need. But we're not raising as much money as we used to. With the new tax laws, our funding is down by 11% just because of that. And it was really throwing us in the hole. We kept it open as long as we could, but it was starting to drag the whole organization down into bankruptcy.
Makes much more sense.
Yeah, and we had to close it. We just didn't have a choice.
Is it
She was
clear
next.
that city council just withdrew the money?
Yo no sé,
And then they came down here and
tengo
took us
una,
back 2 days
me
later.
da mucha pena con la gente que sufre en la calle porque hace mucha calor y la gente ocupa baños, ocupa baños para hacer de la caca en la noche y están haciendo los botes. Por eso hay muchas enfermedades ahorita porque a uno cada rato va al hospital del estómago porque no hay aquí ninguna higiene. La ciudad no está haciendo nada por esta propia gente. Yo me baño con mi hermana, pero hay gente que no tiene familiares y se andan apestando, de lejos apestan. Yo voy a comer anoche ya y casi que me ahogo. Me da mucho, siento mal olor, por ellos tienen la culpa, sino aquí no están dando nada. Está para que la noche vean aquí en este lugar, aquí en el norte, aquí, está para que hubiera al baño, como lo hacían antes. Ya cerraron los baños, ahora nada más están solo baños para todas las mujeres y nunca alcanzamos showers, nunca alcanzamos ir al baño, porque nada más están solo baños. Tiene que haber dos, uno para hombres y otro para mujeres, porque es un rebotica allí. No sé qué está haciendo la comunidad o la gente, si les ayuda, pero yo no veo ninguna opción. Yo veo que esta gente está bien mal, yo nunca he estado en este lugar, yo me siento bien feo, estoy en este lugar y ahora sí los entiendo, todo lo que sufren. Yo nunca he sido así como ahora, que apenas tengo poquito de estar aquí, yo me da lástima. Yo nomás en cuanto me venga mi hija, yo no voy a estar aquí por mucho tiempo por esta propia gente. ¿Qué hacen con ellos? No les ayudan a tener una casa de abajo en eso. Ellos se deprimen y mejor se agarran las drogas porque no me ayudan con nada. Les traen buena comida. Yo tengo diabetes y voy a comer, no hay nada de comida. Todos con azúcar, todos con azúcar. El chocolate le echan mucha café, mucha azúcar. Ya ni me paro. Pura azúcar la venta ahí. Van con azúcar, todo con azúcar para matarnos de diabetes. Ya nomás queremos que nos muéramos más rápido. No nos da nada saludable. No nos ayudan con nada. Bueno, yo no puedo ayudar a ustedes, pero esta gente sí. Yo,
Can
gracias a Dios.
someone translate what she
I'll
said
say
so
that,
far?
Diana, this Diana or someone, could you?
She was saying that, you know, that she hasn't been out here that long, you know, being out here homeless. But, you know, she has seen, you know, a lot out here, you know, because she could go take showers at her sister's, you know, and she said, in this trip, what she said, you go to eat breakfast, or you go to eat lunch. A person sits next to you, they smell, because we have no showers. You know, and not only that, like she said, that she don't feel like, no, that we're not getting any help. You know, and, you know, and look at the bathrooms. You know, there's people, you know, they need to go use the bathrooms at night time. You know, and a lot of them wind up sick to the stomach that they have to go to the hospital. You know, and it's not fair, it's not fair to us, you know, that no one's doing nothing for us. You know, and it's true that we all feel the same way. You know, what's being done for us, you know? And here we are, you know, as Becky says, you know, you guys say you're going to help us, you're going to help us. And here we are, 6 years later down the road, and we're still waiting for a place. Every apartment complex, and that's what we're talking about today. I think come up and answer that question. Okay, why should we go sign up when this was right here? They go what? They're going to bring us down again. You know, every duplex that's been to other complex, they were all told apply. So we all applied for it. Okay, we're all still here. You know, and then the second phase came out, the third one, and the fourth one. You know, and then here are people that they say, well, why should we even want to apply for this last one, for these apartments? We're not going to get nothing like the last time. You know, so they're really concerned, you know, where, you know, are they really going to help us? You know, or what's really going on? Because some of these people are to the point to where they're really angry. They're really angry, and some of them are ready just to give up. Yeah, just fold their hands down and just say, forget it, because they don't see anything that's really being done. You know? Yeah, and yeah, with the what? And people have diabetes. You know, they, it's like, they're trying to get rid of us, she said. She feels like they're trying to get rid of us, but putting all that sugar in the coffee and everything's sweet, you know? And it's like, they're trying to, and that's how I feel too. That we feel like, you know, when somebody passes away out here, we feel, you know, and I understand where she's coming from. We feel, you know, and we're entitled to how we feel about how, what we say, you know. We feel that the one person that dies when we're homeless is one less person they have to worry about.
Yep.
Oh,
You know, and these people here, you know, they sit here, you know, and they go, well, where did we go get water? They come and ask me. You know, and you're, and like she said, she works. Yeah, she said, we get treated worse than animals. And we're not.
Yeah, so I mean, I hear the anger, and the frustration. I get the disappointment. I get not even wondering why should I even do this? Like, I totally get that, okay? The reason why I'm saying that I feel and hope that you continue to invest in your own future and your own present is that I know it doesn't feel like things are moving as quickly as they should, and I know it's been years, and I know you've seen other properties go up and a limited number of folks who are living down there get housed there, okay? There are fair housing realities. There's different ways that you get into these buildings. I cautioned everybody to stay cautiously optimistic about getting into Moongate, but what I've said is this: the folks who apply to Moongate and they don't get in, that is what Cash Funds is committed to working with a group of people who would like to get housed. And as far as the bathrooms and showers, I know it's horrible. I absolutely know. Every day I am working towards a solution. It's been a week and 2 days.
There's a question in the back.
Diana, can you tell her it's been a week and 2 days since they've been working on it and they're trying to get
And another thing too, if I could understand, there's a lot of people with diabetes, that they should serve some coffee with no sugar for people who are diabetic.
You have the right to refuse coffee with sugar, okay? That's on you, okay? You gotta say, I don't want sugar in my coffee. I have to take another question just because we have only 5
We
minutes.
have one more question and then that's it, and then we can pick this up next.
We might be able to do 2.
Yeah, 2 questions.
Okay, I don't want to take away from the group. So the city has known that there hasn't been water and bathrooms open down here for weeks. I mean, I appreciate your saying that it's been a week and a day that the city got these, but the city has been on notice of this for weeks. And I know because I have communicated with the representative of the city attorney. And, you know, this is an emergency situation. The city's going to have to manage of disease. And the city just needs to bring in water trucks and porta potties. The city can open the bathrooms, could have possibly opened the bathrooms at the garage. The city has options and that the city is choosing not to exercise. And I'm just wondering how you might be able to convey that concern back to the powers that be.
I am more than happy to take that concern back to them. I understand it. In terms of doing something, there has been talk since the moment that Franciscan workers said, we might not be able to do this. So we've been talking with the county, the city, Public Works, trying to figure out what we can bring to this. What we really want to do is open this place back up as soon as possible. If it's not going to be possible to open it quickly, then we do have to look at things like you're suggesting. So that's absolutely still on the table.
I mean, a farmer would not get away with not having
Thank you.
porta potties and
Exactly.
hand washing facilities.
If this was happening in a foreign country, we'd have problems with it.
The city really can rise to this challenge.
If the United States was in a foreign country,
I
we would
appreciate your
those people
comment, and I will take it back.
Sarah had a question, Sarah.
Sarah,
This is not, they get lots of donations next door, and they used to right here down the street. Even with, diapers and coat checks, and stuff like that, they have so many donations. Some of the staff members, not all of them, won't even give me 2 coat checks. Yesterday was 17 hours without no rest or anything like that. That's the issue, we can't get the empty buckets, laundry buckets with the lids, but now they dispose of them, and they don't dispose of them here no more, according to what I've been told. And it's just like, you know, that's another issue, the empty bucket and stuff like that. You know, and sometimes it's a problem that other people come and still do your own bucket with your, not, but, you know, and it's kind of rough, we got so many donations.
So
know.
you need feminine products?
Well, there is
and-
feminine products, they just, there's certain staff members that won't even allow you to get more than
I think
two.
you should talk to
You know,
Jill
yeah,
about
well,
that.
that's another thing, but it's just like, even the containers and stuff like that, or somewhere, like, it's the water, it's, literally, they're taking the, well, cotton spots right there across the street where that park's supposed to be at, anywhere, everywhere. The other night, I was walking around till 4 o'clock in the morning when I got to go to the restroom, I couldn't go nowhere. You know, and it's just like, I'm just trying to go cover squat, you know, because that's our environment, that's into the dirt, and what comes out is what we grow and whatnot.
Yes.
You know, and it's not even the city that came up to you and get about on the corner next to the Victory Mission, we used to be in empty lot. That was my backyard when I used to take my kids in the alleyway to have a mission.
Well, let me tell you, I hear your concerns. I'm gonna work as hard and quickly as possible around the access to the bathrooms.
Yeah.